charter members here that was here when the church started. I know Ed is. Mary was Pat. Was there any others that were charter members? I don't recognize anyone. But I would like to go back to the beginning of this church. There was a little red-headed man. Well, I'll just tell you my story. I'm a family of 10 children, 7 boys, and each boy had 3 sisters. I haven't heard of, until I was 12 years old, I hardly knew who Jesus Christ was. Because we worked on a farm, and we never went to church. My mother was a Christian, but when I was born in 31, so I'm 79, but it was hard times, and we were blessed because we always had something to eat, but we were poor. We were poor. But anyway, in 1942, when the World War II began, we were able to sell our crops and raise something, and we got some money, and my mama said, I'm going to start taking those kids to church, and she started taking us to church. And we went there 2 or 3 weeks, and my mother and my 2 oldest brothers walked the aisle to accept Jesus Christ. But I didn't know, I was 13 years old and didn't know what it was all about. So I walked the aisle. But as I went to church there for a while, well, you know, the Lord convicted me. The Holy Spirit says, you're not saved, you weren't baptized. So later on I was saved, but what I want to tell you, there was a red-headed man called Brother Ryer. Does anybody know the Ryers at all? Any of them? Well, he was in the church, and my mother could play the piano, and he felt called to be a pastor, called to preach. And there was an old building set right over here in this wooded area. It was a hay barn. It was an old Negro church years and years ago. And it was built like a barn. They was using it for a hay barn, but it only had long sheets of wood on it. And for windows, it had those that you open up a doorway, you know, it was a shutter type. And he swept that barn out, patched a few shingles on the roof, and he wanted to start a church here. So he asked my mother and us if we would join with him and come and start this church. And we did. And we had no idea what, well, I was a 14-year-old boy. I was with Timmy, I don't know what the Lord, but the Lord been blessing to me. But anyway, we started the church with about, I don't know, 15 minutes. What did your paper say there was? You remember? 14. Okay. But there was most of the Ryers and Shores. There was really only 4 or 5 Ryers because the others were so young they hadn't accepted Christ yet. So in that count, there was more of them because Mary was there. Mary, you've been here longer than anyone. You realize that? But anyway, we started the church over here, and then this, he built a small building over here about where the gym is, or right behind it. And that's where we went. Actually, I think there's an error in what you got in your bulletin, because we never ever did rent a building from Sigleville, we built a building right over here, and before this was built, and it's been torn down. But, there was a little red-headed man called Brother Strard that started all this, and the Lord, like they've been saying all day, he did what the Lord wanted, and it started it all. I just, since I'm a former member, I thought maybe I might put you in on that.